Did MMIA follow up with you? They
So
had
they
further
did.
questions on it that they emailed, but I think you were on that email, so I didn't respond. I didn't know.
I guess I don't know. They called me. A guy, the adjuster called me or whatever, and had a couple of follow-up questions, and the questions were mostly just like, what are we going to do with it? I mean, that's all, yeah.
Well, and I guess that's kind of our question too, is because it shouldn't just...
No, I told Tim Nottingham, I mean, unless somebody wanted it for parts, I wouldn't try to sell it as a call. For parts, it'd be great.
Was it Matt that called you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's who emailed both of us.
Yeah. So. How long ago was that? Because, I mean, I talked to him.
June 16th.
Well, I haven't talked to him since then.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't have to go.
That should be in your email. Your public works at Fromberg-MT email.
Okay.
I was just CC'd on it, so I never did anything with it.
Yeah, I want to say he called me. But it wasn't long after it happened, so.
Next question. Do you still have the old skid steer? What are we doing with it?
Sitting in the shop right now. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Well, if we're not going to use it, we might as well try to sell it.
Put it out for bid.
I agree.
Put it out for.
I'll put a bid on it.
Put it out for bids on it.
Yeah, you can do a resolution to surplus it, and I can do it a few different ways. You could accept sealed bids and set a date and time to open it. You could leave it up to the Public Works Director to do that, but since you just said you're going to put a bid on it, I would not suggest that. So there's lots of ways you can do it, but yeah, we can surplus it out via resolution.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. If we're not going to use it, if it's just sitting there, we need to try to get something out.
Yeah, just for the annual financial report, I need it surplused out on a resolution so I can show when it left and what happened to it.
We have it on the agenda for next week? Yeah. I just know, I mean, we got it through the fire department the same way you got this newer one, and I know it had to be, you had to keep it for at least 5 years before you could do anything with it. You had it longer than that, so.
I'm gonna need I don't know if it has a VIN number or some identifying number. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need that for the resolution.
Oil filter number.
Yeah, the oil filter number.
Yeah, something that will identify it specifically.
It does have a VIN number.
Okay, so yeah, if I could have that and the gear, make and model, if that's a thing on a skid steer, I don't really know. Okay.
Is the fire hydrant still in there?
Fire hydrant?
Yeah.
There's one fire hydrant inside and one outside.
Well, I'm just thinking Lover's Lane, you know, where it's sat there for 6 years.
Is there only one hydrant on Lover's Lane?
Yeah, and here's my deal. I mean, and I'm not it's not on you, Marcus.
Right.
Do not
It sits
take
in front
this.
of Deb's Technology.
Okay.
But here's the deal. We're gambling with this. And something freezes up, and everybody knows that we've not done our due diligence, and it's sat in our shop for 6 years. We're kind of opening ourselves up, I think.
I agree.
And
that's just the one that doesn't backflow. You gotta sock it off.
You gotta, and I'm just thinking, you know, before hard winter shows.
It works, it just don't drain.
Yeah. Yeah, we should try to get that.
And you can add that to Tim's deal for permitting.
I'm starting to hate the floodplain.
You hate it? Let me tell you what, every time I get a call from this lady or get an email.
Well, of course, everybody knows TOF construction is here to do, and there's going to be a lot of equipment around and a lot of easements and right-of-ways.
You're going to be getting, Alyssa's going to be getting a lot of
that's why I'm bringing this up now, because you're going to get a lot of calls that, hey, this is going on, or they dump this shit in my driveway, which, you know, sometimes it's not actually your driveway, it's an easement.
It is, or it's the boulevard.
Or the boulevard.
Taking care of as your driveway, because that really does happen a lot.
It does.
A lot. People just don't realize.
Yeah. So I just, if we could all be patient, I mean, the guys, Jared's a super nice guy. He can give everybody his number. All he'll do all day is answer questions. So, but
Yeah.
that was something that he brought up to me just a little bit ago when I was talking with him.
Do you think like a flyer would help or a Facebook post?
Maybe a Facebook post would help, you know, just
That
so
wouldn't be a
everybody,
bad idea.
just so everybody knows what they're doing and that they're gonna be in the way, but it's short-lived, hopefully.
Well, and there's benefits to it.
Absolutely.
So they're gonna start this one first?
Yeah, up on Mines Spur is what they said.
Because they can't get the boring in, but then the guy was kind of all over the place in the pre-construction meeting on, well, whenever the boring comes in, we're gonna quit this, jump on that, and
Right, they're gonna start up here until the
Yeah.
bore contractor's available,
Well,
then
you
they're
have
going
to-
down
you
here,
have
and
to
then
with the
they'll
boring
finish up
machine, I
if
know.
that's what it
Mhm.
takes.
but yeah, they're starting on Mines Spur, but it looks like they're moving all their equipment in to do all of it. But
They was pretty fast in Joliet. For the extensive amount that they did in Joliet, they cruised it.
I think
Oh, yeah,
he
they'll
said
go.
about 3 months start to
Yeah.
finish. They allowed for like 6, but he really thought like 3.
Yeah,
And
really.
I have a timeline that you guys can have too.
oh yeah, I just forgot to bring that with me.
Well, I don't know if it's in here for sure or if I moved it into the office, but I had one from that meeting.
Their suspected end date is September. And that's a possibility too, depending on how the valves work and where the valves all are. When they go to tie into Mines Spur loop or when they go to deaden that line, I will probably have to shut most of the town off until they get it done. There's only one way up and one way down on that.
Is there a way to notify people or, well, maybe ask about a nice Facebook post a day ahead?
Maybe
People-
door hangers.
Oh, well, yeah,
Well-
before we go to do the tie-in, we'll definitely give people ample notice. I mean, that's not gonna be like, hey, we're shutting you off tomorrow.
That's
But-
what we discussed at the pre-construction
Yes.
meeting was door hangers. I believe
Yes, door
TOF is
hangers.
gonna go door to
Yeah.
door with some
Mhm.
sort of information, like tomorrow you're gonna be turned off most of the day.
They usually do, we do it in our construction too, when we know we're gonna have a certain area shut down or whatever, we usually go door to door with the individuals that are gonna be affected.
Yeah. But essentially, I mean, when they go to cap off Mines Spur loop running down that way, I will have to shut the whole town off. Yeah, hopefully just for a day. Hopefully.
Well, I think it would be wise to tell people so they have water on hand ahead of time.
That's if that valve at Mines Spur loop doesn't work. If it does work, then it's fine. Then it won't, we'll just shut it off that valve. If it's there.
And I'm sure
And
it
it
was
works.
staged out quite the whole way to go. Not like their first dance on it.
No.
Is there
No.
anything you need from the council or you wanna bring to?
No, you already covered the gravel for the roads.
How are we doing on the meter replacements for the radio units?
You gotta have money to do them. I mean, I'm replacing
Well-
ones that absolutely need to be replaced with the ones that I have, you know. like
That's
when people
another one of
break.
the, you gotta spend money to make money. Every
Yes.
meter that's not working is a lot of money that we're losing in revenue. So I don't actually care. They need to be replaced. You've
So
gotta
if-
spend that money in order to be able
Okay.
to bill out properly
Well,
and
okay,
make
well, I
that
mean, if
money.
that's-
Well, not only that, but these meters are still under warranty.
Yeah, we don't wanna wait until that
Some,
runs out.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we need that.
Especially if they start with the ones under warranty first.
Yeah.
We need to get those taken care
Meters
of.
that won't read, the radio read.
Anything else for Marcus?
What kind of meter do you have in your house? Well, I know, but like, is it the Census SRS2? So if I just give you the head, will you put it on there? Okay.
But is there something wrong with yours? Cause now we feel like his is reading right. I
Yeah.
can tell.
Mine's reading right now. Your last read, perfect.
Okay.
It's reading what the numbers are on there, add with the average of what we
What you would
now.
normally use.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think whatever was the issue in between his, I know what his read was in February and what it was at the end of June when you read, and I'm gonna figure
Okay.
usage on that, and hopefully going forward, nothing changes with them.
Right.
Other than normal usage, so,
Right.
yeah, theirs is not a priority. The list Melissa has, that's the priority.
Yeah.
And then my whole list of 0 usage for people that are on, those are a priority. So we are making no money on those.
Sure.
Because we can't tell how much they're using.
Oh, for sure.
So that, and I've got a full page of
We have-
in tiny print.
We have like 30 meters still, so that could be 30 of them.
And then go take those in and
And
get
then
30 more.
As quick as we can.
Yeah, because I bet that page is close to 100
Oh,
that
really?
have zero usage that are on. I have it distinguished between what's turned off and what's turned
Sure.
on. And there's a lot that are turned off and should have zero usage. That makes sense. They're shut off.
Sure.
But yeah, there's a lot.
We won't have to have a water rate increase.
Oh, I got them to factor that in. Normally, they won't factor in that you've just been not doing your stuff, but I worked hard to make sure that they factored that stuff in for you guys, or your rate increase would have been almost double what it was. They wanted to do way, way more, and I talked them down. So I promise, I did my due diligence on that.
Anybody else? Good, Mark? Any other questions?